And certainly there's a lot of evidence that kind of points in that direction from, say, Japanese palpatory acupuncture and from different traditions of working with some of these metal colon reflexes to actually improve and to measure the integrity of somebody's immune system, and then also to improve their immune system. So I'm going to suggest to you that the bladder 25 is a great point for affecting the large intestine. It's almost always out of balance if somebody has large intestinal issues. But it connects to the large intestine also by regulating wood as well as regulating metal, right? And because we've got this idea that metal controls or chops wood, right? Metal chops wood. So there is this idea that the large intestine regulates the wood organ in the lower dantian, in this part of the body. And the wood organ in this part of the body is the uterus. Okay? So I'm going to just put a little thing here, which is uterus next to L4 and wood. One of the things I've consistently noticed in my practice is that when there is uterine stagnation, you're going to find stagnation at the back shoe points around bladder 25. And that's part of why bladder 25 is actually really very often stagnated in a lot of people, right? According to the naturopaths, according to Bernard Jensen and Gabriel Cousins and all of these guys that really focus on detoxification, most people in our culture are blocked right at this level. They're blocked at the level of their large intestine being able to detoxify the body, right? Which means that they're normally going to have a block at the level of wood, being unable to be, the wood is not being regulated by metal. That means that the uterus or the prostate is not being effectively decongested and the chi actually moved by the wrapping and surrounding of the metal energy of the large intestine. One of the best ways that we have in Chinese medicine and in naturopathic medicine to regulate the uterus is just to regulate the large intestine. Right? When a woman's going through the heavy menstrual cramping and all the sort of PMS stuff that we associate with, say, qi and blood stagnation in the uterus, regulating large intestine using a little bit of Da Huang it has been shown to be very useful. And there's this really interesting research recently into the relationship between deconjugation of hormones and the right kind of bacteria in your large intestine, right? That the bacteria in the large intestine are part of what regulates the environment of the uterus. And whenever you're thinking about the uterus, you've got what's silently not talked about in both Chinese medicine and Western medicine, which is the prostate, right? The prostate and the uterus share the same embryological tissue. That means they're the same thing, really, right? And so I would suggest that you can use bladder 25, which is the back shoe point of the large intestine, to clear uterus or prostate as well as to clear large intestine. You should actually think about it a little bit that way. Okay, so let's talk about bladder 26, which is going to be at the level of L5 and S1. Now, bladder 26 is another kind of weird one. It's Guan Yuan Shu. And you're like, well, what is Guan Yuan? Guan Yuan refers to CV4, the same way that bladder 24 refers to CV6. Bladder 26, Guan Yuan Shu. Did I do that right? I don't want to write Chinese, I might get it wrong. Guan Yuan Shu refers to CV4. So, Guan Yuan means the gate which regulates the access to the source qi. Right? So it's obviously significant. And this gate that regulates access to the source qi is actually on the front of the body. And it's the base of the lower dantian. It's right where your lower dantian meets your sexual energy. Right? So if we're going to sort of position it, it's kind of at the gateway between the reptilian and the insectoid level of energy in the human system. And one of the secrets of why Qigong changes people's health, for example, is because Qigong takes the Qi and it pushes it down to Guan Yuan. And when you actually sink the Qi down to Guan Yuan, you program the whole body. You program the Qi of the whole body. You've actually programmed the chi body. The chi, okay, backtrack a little bit. You have like more than one body, and so you've got to kind of think that way a little bit in understanding the energetic structure of a human being. You have a physical body, you have a chi body, you have a shen body, and then you have like a spiritual body or ling body, however you want to call it. Now you could say you have more than that number of bodies. I'm going to say you have 5 bodies. Physical body, chi body, a shen body, it's also known as a mental body, a spiritual body, we call that a lot of different names, and then you have a universal body. Body in quotation marks, right? So 5 different states.